Om Parabrahma Param Jyoti Param Vishnu Param Shakti Parameshwara Sri 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 Himagirivasa Ishwaraya Namaha. Om Parabrahma Param Jyoti Param Vishnu Param Shakti Parameshwara Sri 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 Himagirivasa Ishwaraya Namaha. Om Parabrahma Param Jyoti Param Vishnu Param Shakti Parameshwara Sri 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 Himagirivasa Ishwaraya Namaha. Ishwaraya Namaha. Ishwaraya Namaha. Shuklam Bhardaram Vishnum Sashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyaye Sarva Vignopashante Vakratunda Mahakaye Koti Surya Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurme Devo Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Shoka Vinasha Karanam Namami Vigneshwaram Pada Pankajam Namami Vigneshwaram Pada Pankajam. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Last week we have all dealt with the first two of the Yama in the Ashtanga Yoga, that is non-violence, Ahimsa, the truthfulness, Satya. This week we will try to understand what is the 3, 4 and 5. The third one is Brahmacharya, which highlights the control of sexual energy. The fourth one is Asteya, that is non-stealing. Non-stealing. And the fifth one is Aparigraha, which we call it non-possessiveness. So let us start with Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya is the most powerful energy that connects us with the world and is the main source of our misconduct also in the life. Without controlling our sexual urge, we will run into sorrow, conflicts. This energy is the most powerful of Prana Shakti, that is vital forces. Because many people understand that Brahmacharya means it is merely connected to staying up to 16 or 18 years. It's not like that. It was in olden days when the marriage used to also take place around for the boy for 16 to 18 and the girl for almost 15 to 16. Nowadays, this is very different. We wait up to 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 years also for the boys, 29. Sometimes girls are getting married about 25 years. So what I understand here and try to tell you, unnecessary emotional entanglement till that age, it builds up the internal power necessary to bring the mind to higher level of awareness. If you control it, it will lead you to good mental balance. It will keep all the distortions of sexual energy, which is the root energy of senses and mind. Stay away from you. Stay away from you. You have to understand this, and you have to also educate your children whenever you get time. What is Brahmacharya? This brahmacharya is the part of prana shakti. It is very well deep rooted, deep seated, and it has got all the entanglements. Its purpose is a particular cause of generating children. Beyond it, it has no more purpose. Asteya. What is asteya? Asteya is non-stealing. It does not mean that you stay away from only theft. It doesn't mean that. It means much more than that. It includes every activity of illegal possession of property, taking credit of someone's performance, keeping people around you from their legitimate rights away. It is just not stealing objects, but it is also dislodging someone's deserved position also. Manipulating and reaching that position which actually someone deserves is also comes under stealing. It is all about the dishonesty. It is all about that we use normally that language. I hear from many people, by hook or crook, I have to see that fellow is stopped and I must reach that position. Whatever we have taken from others breed deception into our mind. That wraps the mind and inhibits real misunderstandings, and also it gives you a way to understand that you are wrapped into unnecessary things. So better don't steal anybody's legitimate right. Let's move to aparigraha. Aparigraha means non-possessiveness. It firmly explains not being possessed of any external things, even that which you have personally acquired as per you rightfully. Maybe you purchased a car, you purchased a nice furniture, all etc. Purchased gold, purchased whatever it may be for your family. It requires not to have the feeling of ownership. Instead, feel that you are custodian of those resources, which belongs to family members or belongs to somebody at a later stage of life. Aparigraha stands for material simplicity and not craving for material comforts. Non-possessiveness gives us freedom from the world. In the present world, we have so many possessions. We buy one house, we buy second house, we buy third house, we do so many things. We have two cars. And such seeking of affluence and prosperity is against the philosophy of possessiveness. We forget our temporary existence and start thinking we own, but the fact is otherwise. What we think we own actually owns us. Non-possessiveness does not mean that we necessarily have to give away all our possessions. But it definitely does mean that we should not accumulate unnecessarily material things. Having too many things around us. I see many people, where are you? Every weekend they are doing shopping. Their wardrobes are having 40, 50 pairs of dress. It has no meaning. You don't need more than 10 to 15 pairs. But you have got 40, 50. Some people are having how many pairs also they don't know. 10 watches, 20 colored glasses. For which the only solution to give up these things is you should be non-possessive. Asteya and aparigraha, that is non-stealing and non-possessiveness, go together. The wrong possessions, whether material or mental, like gravity, holds us down and binds us to the object involved. Unless we change our material involvement, and our mental attitude towards it, we may not be able to change our attitude, change our mind. We must purify our external environment in order to interiorize, that is, go inner in the mind. If we do not have an honest and truthful and detached relationship with the physical world and the people around, we cannot have harmony of body, mind, and intellect within, manasa vacha. Wrong social conduct is the basis of most psychological and many diseases, physical diseases. I mean, a right social order, the right social habits, the right social conducting yourself is the most important tool for treating not only all diseases, but also keeping your mind into a peaceful situation. Before we look within to treat the mind or developing our conscious, we must create the foundation of a right relationship. This is the most important point I am trying to drive you. We must create the foundation of a right relationship with the world around us. Not only our thoughts, but in our actions too. This explains in detail the first part of Ashtanga Yoga, that is Yama. The entire thing we have explained in Yama. Now we are moving to the second part of the Ashtanga Yoga, that is Niyama, 5 subparts. Santosh. Santosha. What you mean this Santosha word in English is contentment. You should be content. Then the second one is Shaucha. Shaucha is purity and cleanliness. The third one is Swadhyaya, study of spiritual teaching. Tapas, fourth one, is self-discipline. And the fifth one is the ultimate Ishwar Pranidhanam, Sannidhanam. Surrender to the Supreme God. When you come to the next week in Satsangh, I will explain each one in detail. Next week onwards, we will be taking up various aspects, and most of them will be still continuing in the Ashtanga Yoga. Because unless I have explained you how do you understand that what kind of physical, mental and inward in your heart you have to take control over yourself. All of us have never understood what exactly we want from life. When I talked about aparigraha, when I talked about non-stealing, when I talked about brahmacharya, when I talked about truthfulness, all these things I spoke only to let you understand that how great were our Rishi Munis. They who understood that very catch, that the life is not what you think. See, we think we get up at any time in the morning. Today is Sunday, hence there is no need to get up in the morning. Did you ever hear the sun has not risen on Sunday? Sun every time, every day, it will be right on rise. And right in the evening, it will sunset. This timing nature never changed. Why we human beings, especially born in the Indian metaphor, the Indian culture, the Sanatan Dharma, Why we have not able to understand these basics which our ancestors, our Rishi Munis have practiced? Why people used to be so healthy and great in those days? The reason was very simple. They had control over themselves. They had control over their different physical metaphors and inner metaphors. If I say one example, you may not agree with me. You may not like it also. But I have seen many people during my professional career that they used to always tell me that why you are not buying a house. I used to always tell them that I do not want to get entangled with my house, my property. I have a good house to stay. If somehow I don't like it, I will try to shift somewhere else. They didn't agree with me. Many of my colleagues have brought, those who were little smaller and subordinates also who were working with me as my colleague, they also bought houses, cars, everything by paying installments and loans. And when the crisis built up in the early part of 99 and 2000, at the end of the 99 and the early part of 2000, I found many of them having been laid down by their company and they lost their job. And most of them, what they were suffering at that time was how to pay the EMIs and how to handle their housing loans. And they ended up housing's loan not paying. They were not paying their car bills. And all this suffering, they bought it because they were physically attached to the external things without understanding that how much they need and how much they do not. At that time, very few of us who escaped that, and even today, I am comfortable for one good reason, that I don't own anything in this world. Why I am quoting you as my example? Because I led the life of all the three characters. I was brahmacharya. I got married. I had wife and children. They are all settled. But despite that, I don't ever try to own anything for myself. I am content. That is the word contentment we have used during our course of talk. This contentment is nothing but you should learn to live a satisfied life. I am also traveling like anyone travels. Wherever I go for giving my lecture, anywhere, I also travel by air. Wherever necessary, I fly. Wherever necessary, I go by train, and where it is necessary, I go by a bus. I am not possessive. I am not trying to show off to the world. So whoever has done this, they bought unnecessary problems. I found many middle class people today suffer because they said wherever they have to go by only car. And they pay 30,000-40,000 rupees for traveling for 1 week and come back. At that 40,000 rupees, they spend their hard-earned money for only possessing a false prestige to show others. If they really wanted to go, they could have booked their tickets well in advance, and from that railway station, they would have taken a car, roamed in the city, left the car in the railway station, and happily they could have traveled. But they will not do it. Why they will not do it? Because they wanted to show somebody else. They are living for the sake of the external world. They are trying, their entire life is dissatisfied. And they keep scolding everybody around. My brother has not helped him. My father has not taken enough care of me. My uncle were not good. They all taken away everything from me. And today they left me here in this position. But the fact is not like that at all. You are responsible for all that you did. And when we talk about all this aparigraha, specifically I am talking about aparigraha and non-stealing. We have pushed anybody to become manager in our company. We lied. Sometimes we conspired only to prove others that we are a good people. And after some time, what happened? When we have to leave that job because somebody else also conspired against us. Life will not spare you, please understand that. If you have created an action, it will definitely create its many more time reaction. Science says it will create only opposite reaction. I am not talking about that science. I am talking about the spiritual science of the Indian metaphor, which says that one small action will have many more time reaction. For example, the son gets a good job, earns a lot of money, the entire family is happy. Father, mother, wife, children, everybody will be happy. It is not just because he has got a good earning and good job, his wife alone is happy. It's not that. Please understand, this body cannot be possessed because you didn't get this body yourself. When you came to this world, you were not aware of yourself coming here. You had no name, no fame, nothing. Somebody has given you name. Then you grew up. And then you grown up and grown up and grown up to understand your life. As you grow, so you understand. Supposing if this kind of metaphor is taught in our schools and colleges, that non-possessiveness, non-stealing, not trying to reach to somebody's position forcibly. Of course, if you are talented and if you are doing your job properly, or you are doing your research and development properly, or you are running business properly, or you are a good entrepreneur, you will definitely succeed. Absolutely. Don't be under the wrong impression that you will not succeed. Thousands of people I have met. 84,000 people have gone through the Saubhagya Kriya who joined me. The other day when I went to a village in Khammam district in Telangana to give lecture, and surprisingly it has a beautiful engineering college which was established 20 years back, Mother Teresa Engineering College. And what surprised me is everybody was telling me there that we are able to also do better work in life. Please don't be under the impression that somebody living in a village will not come up. There something is happening, is not going to happen. Aisa kuch nahi hai. Each one of us are equally talented. The talent is not meant for possession. The ultimate end, you try and see. You take 10 apples every week, or take 1 dozen banana and stand and give it to everybody that took, this is the banana, please enjoy it. You give it one. I'll suggest you to better give it to a needy person. You will find a hell of a satisfaction. You will come back and tell everybody that, look, today it was a good day. I went to a temple and somehow I felt I went to a nearby, place where few children were playing. They were all from ordinary families. They're financially not that good. So I thought, why don't I give them some banana? I gave banana. Last week when I went, I gave them apple. You try and see this kind of life. You're going to a 5-star hotel. I'm not telling you not to go. But will the 5-star hotel who charges for a cup of coffee anything between 300 to 750 rupees, is it worth it? It is worth it when you are in a conference, when you have an international delegation, or you have a very, very important occasion of your life where you have to go there to maintain your status. But remember, the status is false. Now I am 71 years. You tell me what status I will maintain. I am no more a senior vice president. It is 10 years back I left that assignment. But I am peaceful and happy. Why? Because we don't possess anything. As on today, as I came, as we are born, so also we depart from this world. So my humble request to all of you, my friends, are, please understand that life is not meant to take away by hook or crook anything. Life is not meant for possessions. Be possessive to a limited extent. A little need and a little more than a need, okay. But and go on and go on and go on and go on. Every 4 years I have to change my car. Because the world has changed. My neighbor has changed. They have bought a big car. So why not I? Like that, don't compare. Don't get into that mess of possession of false prestige. You are excellent people. You are good people, good human beings. You are very talented. But instead of that, if you spend the same time on doing something great, something which is helping the social order, following a dharmic situations where you are able to help many people. Today I can tell you, when I look back, 84,000 families in Sampurna Saubhagya Kriya. And when I look back about the number of students I met, about 6 lakhs and odd. I went on talking to them. People used to tell me, why are you wasting your time? I'm not wasting my time. Today, I'm the most fortunate man who is loved by not merely the daughter who me and my wife has brought to this world, but I have more daughters. I used to tell everybody I have 21 daughters. Now today I tell you I have much more than that. They're all successful in their life. Similarly, I have got great sons, great grandchildren. The many of them who are today my students who are occupying the high position as principal secretary in the government of India and the state governments. Some people are IPS, some people are IRS. Please understand, it is not merely, some are very good seasoned professional business entrepreneurs. See, life, make it pleasant. Make life worth living and make life something that can give you lots and lots of satisfaction, contentment and happiness. I am not here only to give you a general advice. I will suggest you the ways and means how to conduct yourself. I told you in the beginning that when you want to have a basic physical yoga exercise, please do Surya Namaskaram every day. Follow those mantras which I have given you. These mantras value, you don't know. There are a lot of research reports are now coming that Gayatri mantra is great and Mrityunjaya mantra is great and Surya Namaskaram is great. You know why it is great? Because these are created by the divine forces above. We are only instruments who are just taking advantage of chanting those mantras. So let me conclude this week and give you best wishes. Today is Sunday and I wish all of you to just understand the type of things which you wanted to do for yourself, but please stay within the framework of Ashtanga Yoga. The Yama Niyama forms the excellent part of it. Next week I'll deal at length. I'll start on Niyama because I have done the Yama part. Now Niyama, when I talk about Santosha and other things, that will come in detail. As the Rishi Manis had told, let me first tell you that portion and then give you explanation of that with few examples. So my humble request to all of you is, use your time properly. Please encourage more friends and relatives of yours to come and sit with you. You can connect this satsang to the laptop. And many of them who are having the, what you call smart TV, they can straight away connect their mobile to smart TV. And they can show them that each one of them can listen, and this will start giving him opportunity that many of their problems can solve. These problems will automatically solve. Please understand that there are no great problems in this world that cannot be solved. So let us conclude this day. And while concluding, I always told you, please have the last part of Niyama is reaching the ultimate supreme God. Ishvara Sannidhanan, let us reach by just praying Manasa, Vacha, Karmana, ee Shariramu, ee Pranamu, ee Buddhi Alochalu, Neek Samarpinchukuttana. Neeve Satyamu, Neeve Dharmamu, Neeve Nyayamu, Neeve Jnanamu, Neeve Sarvamu. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunakatu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadidamastu Mavigdvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschida dukha bhaga bhave. Purnamadam, purnamidam, purnata purnamudachyate, purnasya purnamadaya, purnameva vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat.